My name is Jason and I was married to Laura for 9 years. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it was steady, comfortable, familiar, and I thought built on trust. I believe we both felt secure in what we had. But one ordinary evening proved just how fragile that trust really was. It was a Tuesday. I was still at the office finishing up some late paperwork when Laura called. Her tone was casual. Too casual. "Hey, I'll be a little late tonight. Just dinner with my boss," she said. I froze. Dinner with her boss. The words echoed in my head. I forced my voice to stay calm. "Okay. What time? Nothing big. Probably around 7, she replied lightly. I told her okay and hung up. But something didn't sit right. There was a distance in her tone, something detached and unfamiliar. That unease stayed with me all evening, slowly tightening in my chest until she came home around 9 o'clock. Laura walked in smiling, setting her bag on the counter like nothing was wrong. I tried to mirror her calm, but I couldn't. "How was dinner?" I asked, keeping my tone even. She gave a small laugh. "Fine, just business stuff. You know how it is." I repeated her words in my head. Fine, just business stuff. I'd heard that kind of deflection before. My patience was slipping. "You expect me to believe that," I said quietly, the edge of my voice clear. Her smile faded. "Jason, what are you talking about? It was literally just dinner. You're overthinking this." But something inside me cracked. It wasn't just about tonight. It was about all the subtle changes, the distance, the half-truths, the way she avoided eye contact when she said she loved me. After months of pretending not to notice, I finally said what I'd been afraid to. "Then this is divorce." The words hung in the air like a thunderclap. Her eyes widened. "What, Jason? You can't be serious." "I am," I said steadily. "I can't stay in a marriage where I feel constantly lied to and taken for granted. If our vows don't mean the same thing to you, then there's nothing left to hold on to." Silence filled the room. Laura sat down on the couch, covering her face as tears slipped through her fingers. I stood there, not angry, not yelling, just done. "Jason," she whispered, her voice breaking. "It really was just dinner. I swear we only talked about work. I didn't even drink much." I wanted to believe her. Part of me wanted to pretend everything was fine. To keep the peace like I always had, but I couldn't. This wasn't about one dinner. It was about the distance that had been growing between us for months. "It's not about the dinner," I said quietly. "It's about how we got here, how we stopped being honest. I've tried to fix it, but nothing changes. I can't keep living like this." Her lips trembled. "Please, Jason, we can fix this. I'll do better. I'll explain everything." I shook my head. "I've heard that before. Words don't fix what actions are broken. The distance and the secrecy. You made this decision long before I said the words." We sat in silence for hours, both knowing our marriage was ending. There was no yelling, no accusations, just two people realizing the love they once shared wasn't enough anymore. By morning, we agreed to separate, at least for a while. It was the hardest choice I'd ever made, but deep down, I knew it was the right one. The dinner didn't destroy our marriage. It only exposed the cracks that had been widening for far too long. Trust, once fractured, rarely returns whole. And love, no matter how strong it once was, can't survive without honesty. That night, lying alone in bed, I felt the weight of everything: grief, guilt, and heartbreak, but also a strange sense of relief. Divorce wasn't failure. It was a truth finally